Well, hello friends. I wanted to share a quick recipe with you using our ceramic egg cooker, which you guys may or may not know. My husband and I are on the keto diet journey, and so some of the things that I miss are like egg McMuffins. So I wanted to share with you a recipe that I found, but really love using it using our ceramic egg cooker. So we're actually going to make the muffin and the eggs all in the same dish. So really quickly, I'll just throw it together. So I've already started with, I added a tablespoon of butter and melted that in there. So you can, I don't know if you can see it, it's a tablespoon of butter. And then what we're gonna do is add in 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. So this is gonna be good for those who are gluten intolerant as well. So these are our measuring spoons. They connect all together. Definitely a lifesaver. So we have 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. We're gonna add in a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder, not baking soda. We almost made that mistake. So we got the teaspoon, and then it calls for 1/8 of a teaspoon for different things. Like, I don't really measure pepper because you can't really go wrong having a little bit too much salt and pepper. So we got our fresh ground pepper. This is fantastic. You can see that it's got the peppercorn in there. I'm addicted to salt. The Pamper Chef salt mix is the only one that I'll use. And one time I ran out. It was awful. You guys don't ever run out. So we've got our salt, pepper, and then we're going to add in 1/8 of a teaspoon of onion powder. And I've had people say, we've got garlic powder also, that the flavor of these biscuits are like the ones at Red Lobster. I've never had those biscuits, so apparently I need to go. So we're just going to mix all of that up in here, and it's kind of making a thick paste. You can see it in there. Really easy to mix up. It's a little crumbly paste. And then we're going to add in, ooh, it's not coming out. There we go. 1 egg. And when I made this the first time, I was a little worried that it might taste eggy, and I had it with eggs. So, but the biscuits part itself was not eggy. Now I have 2 tablespoons of water, and this is our smallest of the measure-all cups. How cute is this little guy? So we've got 2 tablespoons of water right in there, and then we're going to add in our cheese, which we have a 1/4 cup. These 1 cup prep bowls, you guys, are fantastic for just getting things ready ahead of time, but because it just makes cooking quicker. I do want to show off really quick the cheese grater that we use, and always I use the flexible cutting mats when grating my cheese, because you just dip it and dump it in there. So my one tip is, if you know that you're going to be having things later in the week that requires cheese, maybe you're having tacos or you know, anything else, just grate it once and save it for later. I know some people will do the pre-grated cheese, but if you notice, it's kind of dry, and the flavor is definitely not there as much as it is when you use fresh. So at our house, we just buy those big blocks, and then once a week, we'll just shred up a bunch of cheese all at once. Not to forget, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of heavy cream as well. And you know, being on the keto diet, you need this big thing of heavy cream, because heavy cream is your life. Alright. So what we're going to do is pop this in the microwave for 3 minutes. I don't need to have the cover on it. I do like to stop at about 2 minutes and go around the edges just to let any air bubbles that might come up in the bottom release, but you guys can see this is what is going in. So I'll pop that in there. I'll start with 2 minutes. So in the meantime, you can be doing dishes or whatever. I've actually got 2 ceramic egg cookers, so for your sake, I'm just gonna start the next step. So normally if you only have one, once that is done, the steps are to, after your 3 minutes, let it sit for 2 minutes and then cut it up. So I pop it out and then immediately put in my eggs that are gonna go onto my sandwich. So we're gonna add in 2 eggs, and for the egg cooker, I do 2 eggs and 2 minutes. That's how long it usually takes in there, but I do more than just this in there. I do omelets. We'll add in our fresh onions and peppers, ham, sausage, bacon, whatever it is that you like to have in your omelets, throw that in there so that way, you know, you can make it yours. Not everybody has the same taste. Always, I love the salt. Did I mention that? Some salt and pepper. I do add a little bit of water to my eggs, so we'll add that in there, and then just scramble them up. So we cook it with the lid on, but some other things that in my household that we use this ceramic egg cooker for is like when we are on the go. My granddaughter Kinley, if she needs something warm on those cold days when we were on the lacrosse fields, I'd just make her some oatmeal and take it to go, and she could carry it with her, and it would keep it warm. My cute sister would take just omelet fixings to work. She'd just take like the peppers, onions, meats, all those things at the beginning of the week, and a dozen eggs, and she would just go in the break room each day and make herself a quick omelet. So I love how versatile this is, that it's just delicious. So one of the things that I also like on my, I'm gonna call it an egg McMuffin, because that's your whole life, egg McMuffins, right? So both, I don't know if you guys want to see that. So you can see that's where it's at right now. It is a little bit warm to the touch, so once it starts to cool off, oh, that's perfect. I'm gonna do 1 more minute. So after the next minute, I'll probably need something to take it out with, but once the initial cool off goes, then you can hold it by that handle. So I like, back to what I was saying, I like to have sausage on my breakfast sandwiches. So once the eggs are done, I just pop a couple of these are pre-cooked sausages in the egg cooker in 45 seconds, and they're done, and they can go on top of my sandwich. So that is something that is absolutely fantastic. So I'm gonna, how much time do we have? 27 seconds. So one of the things I also wanted to talk to you guys about is really, if you are trying to just go healthy and find new ways, really research your recipes. There's so many recipes online. Of course, you know, I love the Pampered Chef recipes, but sometimes you're looking for a certain something, and the tools that we have within Pampered Chef make those recipes like 10 times easier. So, a little bit hot. So I'm gonna pop this out and pop this one in. Remember, this one's got the eggs. So the nice thing is, I'm going to tell you guys, the egg cooker is probably one of the most popular items that I've had people requesting. They're great for gifts. They're great for college students. They're great for people who work in an office or really just don't want to mess around with making a big mess. So I'm going to kind of turn it over here so you can see. It's really hot, but you can see that this is our muffin. I'll give it a little bit to cool off, but then I'm just gonna slice it into 4 pieces, and that is my bread for my sandwich, and the flavor is delicious. So of course you can alter it based on things that you like. Maybe you like to have some oregano in there, or you want to switch it up. It is absolutely fantastic for those type of things. Cleanup is amazing. In regards to meal prep, you can do some of these things really ahead of time. So if you know, okay, this week I'm going to make this particular biscuit 3 times. Instead of pulling out all the ingredients every single time, just pre-measure. Maybe all the dry ingredients, put it in a baggie, label it that it's your breakfast muffin, and that way all you have to do is just dump it in. So measure all at once and put it away, because why should we do dishes more than necessary? That's another reason why I do the cheese. Why should we do it more than necessary? So we have, we're getting really close. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting this up. This is our coated bread knife. So I'm just gonna cut it once right down the middle. Oh, dang it, you didn't see that. Well, good thing I have 2 more cuts to go. So let's move this a little closer. Can you guys see that steam? Holy goodness. Okay. So I'm gonna cut this off. And I'm just gonna open them up to let them just cool, because they're super, super hot. So there we go. So now we've got our makings for 2 sandwiches. We'll go ahead and pull those eggs out as well. Definitely steamy. And I just like this little scraper just to go in, go around the edges to loosen it up. I'm gonna flip this out on the mat also. Hot, guys, it's hot. Hopefully you can, that's hot. Steam still in there, guys. So we're just gonna cut this one. I need to stop touching hot things. It's super hot. I'm just gonna cut this right in half right here. And then just pop it onto our sandwich. So once the sausage is cooked, like I said, that only takes about 45 seconds, so you can see. Can you see? This is awful. Oh, I was covering the camera, you guys. This may be my first rodeo. So we can see those muffins right there are going to be delicious. So if you have any questions, let me know. But that's just one of my first tips for keto cooking, healthy cooking, and how quick and easy this ceramic egg cooker is. Have a good day.